Fred Earls.
Thank you very much. You may continue with your examination.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Earls.
Good afternoon.
I think the last time you were here was last week, and the place we left off at the end of your testimony, we were discussing the recovery of certain items into the Maui Police Department, or as evidence for the Maui Police Department, referring to this was Friday, February 14th. And you testified earlier that you began your recovery at approximately 3:22 p.m. in the afternoon. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And I think the place where we left off at was you did testify that as part of that recovery, and we focused that afternoon on the recovery of 2 pieces of a jawbone. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Let us continue with what items you recovered that day. And again, this is February 14th of 2014.
Okay.
And I think it might be easier if we can refer you to the photographs. Just as a refresher, can you remind us how on Friday, February 14th of 2014, when you were shown certain items, I guess in a dirt area or a wooded area of the Wailuku Bay, or going towards the Wailuku Bay, can you just remind us how did you mark those items?
Okay. The items were marked with yellow plastic marker placards. On that day, they were numbered 1 through 8.
And did you keep a log of which items corresponded to which number?
Yes.
Now I'm going to show you what has been admitted into evidence, and you have permission to publish the items 127 through 137, which have all been admitted into evidence already.
Permission granted.
Thank you. And maybe Mr. Earls step down and approach him on that area.
You may step down.
Thank you.
Okay, showing you, first of all, State's Exhibit 127. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, you said you used number markers on that Friday, February 14th. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And when you put that number, the number 1 marker there, what were you marking?
I was marking the clump of red hairs there on the ground.
And did you recover that clump?
Yes, I did.
And can you describe for us how did you recover that clump, please?
Following the photography, I used gloved hands to place that item, which is those long reddish color hairs, into an envelope.
And showing you State's Exhibit 128. What did you do here in this photograph?
So this is right before recovery, actually placing a ruler into the photograph so you can get an idea of how large of a clump of hairs they are.
And showing you State's Exhibit 129. Are these the other markers that you placed, the numbered markers?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go through them individually, going through State's Exhibit. Well, we already did 130, and just really briefly, what was State's Exhibit 130?
So, sorry, marker number 2 is the lower right jawbone fragment.
Okay, now I'm not going to. You've already testified how you recovered that item, so let me go to marker number 3, depicted in Exhibit 131.
Okay. Item number 3 with this photo as the scale as well as another clump of long reddish hairs.
And how did you recover that item?
Same way, I used another pair of gloves, placed the item after photography into a manila envelope.
Now, this might seem like an obvious question, but can you tell us why did you use another pair of gloves between items 1, 2, and now 3?
It is very common practice in our business to make sure that we always change gloves in between items so we don't have any possibility of cross-contamination.
And showing you item 4 in State's Exhibit 132.
Okay.
And what are you looking at here?
Number 4 is another clump of long reddish hairs, also in that brush area as
And
well.
how did you, or did you recover that as well?
Yes, I did, in the same manner.
With another pair of gloves?
Yes, absolutely.
And showing you item 5 in State's Exhibit 133.
Exhibit 133 is showing marker number 5, again with a ruler, as well as another clump of long reddish hairs.
And how was that recovered, if at all?
In the same manner, following the photography, would use a new pair of gloves, pick up the item and place it carefully in the paper packaging.
And showing you State's Exhibit 134 depicting item number 6.
Okay. So 134 is showing marker number 6. Near the center is the black bra next to that marker number 6.
Okay. Can you just point to that with your pointer, please?
Sure. And it is almost right in the center of the photograph,
And
to the right of marker number 6.
Thank you. And showing you, well, let me first go back to 134. Did you recover the item depicted in State's Exhibit 134, the black bra you mentioned?
Yes, I did.
And how was that recovered?
The same way, following the photography, using a new pair of gloves, place it into a paper container.
And showing you, I guess this is a larger photograph of was shown in 134. This is Exhibit 135. What are you seeing there?
Yes, this is showing the photo marker number 6, a little closer view of the same black bra and a photo scale to show how large.
Now, before you recovered the black bra, was it in this position the way we're seeing it here in State's Exhibit 135?
Yes, it was.
Had you handled it in any manner before you took the photograph?
No, I had not.
And I think we went through this last week, but just to remind us, State's Exhibit 136, what are you looking at here?
That is photo marker number 7, and that is the lower left fragment of jawbone with teeth.
Can you point to that with the pointer, please?
Sure. The marker is in the center of the photograph, and just below that is where the jaw fragment is.
Okay, and I'm going to enlarge that just a little bit. Okay, and can you show that, can you point to it with the enlargement?
Sure. Again, in this enlargement, you have marker number 7 up near the top of the screen, and just under there you can see the left lower jawbone fragment with teeth.
Okay, I'm showing what has been okay, let's stop here. I guess 137 is the enlargement as well. Correct.
Yes.
Now I'm showing you State's Exhibit 129A, which also is already in evidence. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is a photograph depicting photo markers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with their items still in place.
Now, in this photograph, number 7 is not showing, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Where would number 7 be? In which direction would number 7 be?
Okay.
Looking at this photograph.
All right. So number 2 as my landmark. approximately 6 feet to the north, so this way in this really brushy area. So you could not see it from this angle. I had to go around this way to photograph the number 7 back in this area.
Okay, so, and just for the record, number 7, again, was the other piece of the jawbone, is that correct?
Correct, the left portion.
The left portion, and then when you showed us with the pointer, you indicated to the top right area of the photograph, off of the photograph.
Correct.
Now, Mr. Rose, if we could do this, Your Honor, this time the state is going to, first of all, show counsel. We're showing what has been marked as State's Exhibit 294 and I believe 295 for counsel to inspect before we ask permission to show it to Mr. Rose. Your Honor, may the state approach
Yes.
Mr. Rose, thank you. Okay, Marshall, if you have a seat, I'm going to blank this out for a second. I'm sure you will have to mark for identification of State's Exhibit 294 and 295.
Okay.
Hey, do you need some gloves?
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to remove it from the packaging, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
So please take a look at those 2 items, and I'll answer the questions again.
Okay.
Now, before, well, first of all, let me ask you this. Do you recognize what is in State's Exhibit 294?
294. It's the left one. That would have been number 7. Yes, I do.
And what is it?
It's a lower left jawbone. It's even marked number 7.
Where's it marked number 7?
On the individual packaging that is inside this larger package.
And do you recognize the packaging itself?
No, I do not.
Do you recognize any part of the packaging?
Yes, I do. Inside was my
Yes.
original packaging.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yes.
Okay. And how's it that you recognize it?
It has my handwriting as well as my initials and the date and time of collection.
And you said that is did you say that's the left side of the jawbone?
Number 7, yes.
Now, do you recall testifying last week with respect to the jawbone, and I'm gonna show you what we already published before the jury. And, you know, I just signed permission to publish State's Exhibits 232 to 235 for Mr. Rose.
Permission granted.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this right though, but, Mr. Rose, just looking at, you can have a seat there.
Oh.
And just looking at the monitor, well, you said 294 was exhibit 7, number 7?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, looking at State's Exhibit 235, you already testified that you recognize that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and what is 235?
That is a photograph of item number 7, which was the lower left jawbone fragment, and it's the interior view.
And was that the same, I guess, left piece of the jawbone that you recovered at the Wailuku scene area?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And what you're looking at in State's Exhibit 234, how does that correspond or correlate to what we're seeing here in State's Exhibit 235?
Okay. If we could go to the one right before this, because the way they are packaged, I can only see the exterior of the bone.
Okay, so showing you at this point State's Exhibit 234.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is the same as number 7.
Now, looking at the exhibit you have there before you, State's Exhibit 294, which has been marked for identification, is there any difference between what you're seeing in your hands right now than the photograph that's shown in State's Exhibit 235?
Yes, there is.
And what is that difference?
The one that I'm holding in my hand right now is a lot cleaner and a lot more clear of any other debris than the one depicted in the photograph, number 234.
Now, other than being a lot cleaner than the one in 230, that's shown in State's Exhibit 234, any other differences with respect to the jawbone?
Not that I can detect, no.
And you testified back last week, though, at some point you had submitted or sent State's Exhibit 234 for, I guess, an examination with JPAC, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And again, what is JPAC?
It's the Joint POW-MIA Accounting Command, and the actual division is the Central Identification Laboratory.
So other than the difference in the, I guess you said one has been, the one you have in your hand right now has been clean, has there been any, do you know any other differences?
I do not.
And when you handled the jawbone depicted in 234, when you recovered it from the Wailuku scene area, other than handling it with your gloved hands, did you use any tools to handle this piece, this left jawbone?
No, I did not.
So other than the difference in cleanliness, is that jawbone in substantially the same condition as when you recovered it?
It appears to be.
Here, at this time, the state would move into evidence State's Exhibit 294, marked for identification.
Mr. Upwell.
No objection.
State's Exhibit 294, so marked for identification purposes, is received in evidence.
Now, Mr. Earls, turning your attention to State's Exhibit 295, marked for identification, can you tell us what that is?
Okay, 295 is marked as the right on the back of the yellow sheet. So I'm assuming it's the other part of the jaw.
How many pieces of items are there?
Object lies on hearsay and lack of foundation.
The objection is sustained.
Move to strike.
Granted.
Okay, without making any assumptions, Mr. Earls, how many pieces of items are there in that package that you're holding?
There seems to be only 2 fragments of jawbone.
When you say there seems to be, is there only 2 or are there more?
Well, there's some loose teeth, there's a small bone fragment, and that's all I can see.
Okay. Yeah. When you say that are they separated or are they just all in the open?
No, actually, they seem to be in two different packages within this larger plastic package.
Okay, I think what I'm gonna have to do then, I'm gonna have to ask you to open that.
Okay.
And you need a pair of gloves?
Yes, please.
Just a question, maybe just in the interest of time. And it's okay if there's going to be one, but is there going to be an objection to admission of this exhibit?
No, the other,
Other,
well, I'm a little concerned about the loose things in there, so I'd like to let it play out.
what are you going to seek to introduce at this point?
The jawbone at this point, and not the teeth and the other things in there.
I'm just thinking because we're just talking about opening and so forth, and I'm just wondering. Don't worry, if there is an objection, it's not a problem.
In terms of the admission of one,
295.
sorry, two, we're talking about both pieces right now, or just 234?
Right now we're on 295, I believe.
Right.
And you're wondering if I'm willing to,
Well, I'm not asking you to stipulate, but I was wondering if, because we're getting into the process of opening this, that maybe if there isn't going to be an objection, maybe we could just, not, that wouldn't be necessary to do all of that if there's not going to be an objection. If there is,
yeah,
that's
I'm not sure if I'm going to object to that based on what I've heard.
no problem.
Up
Okay,
this-
no problem. I just thought I'd ask. No problem. And that's not a problem at all.
You know what, Your Honor, in the interest of time, I ultimately would have no objection now. So, I'll defer.
Okay, now 295 respectfully is designated as the other.
As the right side of the jawbone.
Right. So you want to, and don't worry about objecting if you want to object, that's not a problem. But do you want to move in 295, what is reported to be a right jawbone fragment?
That's correct. And Your Honor, the only issue, and I think I created it by giving Mr. Earls the entire package. I was thinking of the material.
I understand that. I just got to thinking about time and, opening and so forth, and thought it might be possibly avoided.
Yeah, no, proceed accordingly, Your Honor.
Okay, so no objection?
No.
All right, State's Exhibit 295, marked for identification purposes, is received in evidence.
And just for the 295 has been identified as the right portion of the jawbone. That
You can ask the witness that.
and 295. What is State's Exhibit 295?
Okay, 295 is marked as the right section of the jawbone, and it is marked number 2 within the packaging.
Your Honor, this time, because those two items are in evidence, the state would ask permission for Ms. Earls to remove just those two items and publish it before the jury on the table that's before the court.
Okay, well,
Can we get rid of the picture on the TV?
Sure.
sure. All right, let's go ahead and do that.
They are in individual packaging within, so.
You can put it in, well, ladies and gentlemen, are you comfortable with the position of the table? I mean, we can, I just want to make sure you're all comfortable with that. Is everybody okay? All right, okay, fine, proceed.
Did you bring paper? You said you were going to put it on the paper if you had to.
Stuff in the main vehicle outside.
Oh, so, okay,
Yeah.
right here. Here, Mr. Earls did mention that he does have some paper that he wishes to lay across the
I
table.
think that would be a good idea.
And it's in his vehicle outside.
It's parked right outside.
Not a problem.
Can we just take a
You need to
brief
go get it,
recess?
so go ahead and get it.
Thank you. Grab some glass. Would you care to do so? show that to the jury, please.
Okay, and that is the one that is marked number 7 to correspond with the photo marker, number 7.
And State's Exhibit 295.
And 295 is in the bag marked number 2 to correspond with the photo marker number 2.
Now, if you can please just put the yellow marking pages to the corresponding right and left job holes.
So 294 is the left. $295 is the right.
Thank you. Please have a seat. You testified earlier, Mr. Earls, that you did recover a black bra that was found on February 14th of 2014. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And your assuring counsel was to mark for identification of State's Exhibit 296. May I approach?
You may.
Mr. Earls, I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 296. If you can open the package and look at the item that's inside of there, then I have further questions for you.
Do you want that down there as well?
No, right where you're sitting, because it's not
Okay.
yet in order.
Okay. It's open.
Mr. Rivera, it's open.
Do you recognize what's depicted in that exhibit?
I haven't shall I unwrap the inner wrapping as well?
Well, if you can see it, I mean, you need to take a look at it.
Okay. Yes, I do recognize that.
Okay, and what are you looking at?
This is a black bra that was found on the 14th, and it is, yes, it is the one that I found and recovered that, I recovered that day.
Is there anything about the black bra with respect to the packaging that you recognize?
Yes.
And what is it?
This is on the exterior of the packaging is my handwriting, and the seal It has my initials and the date which I sealed it.
And is that black bra substantially in the same condition as when you recovered it back in February 14, 2014?
Yes, it is.
Now, what if any type of, did you send any portion of that bra for testing, DNA testing?
Yes, we did.
And can you describe what you did for that?
Okay, the actual bra was sent over to Honolulu Police Department Scientific Investigative Section, and they performed DNA testing.
Did you yourself send it?
Yes, I did.
And how did you send it?
By FedEx.
And after the testing was completed, how did you get the bra back?
Sealed in the original container from Honolulu PD through FedEx.
And Your Honor, with that, the state will move into evidence, State's Exhibit 296.
Yes, sir.
No objection.
State's Exhibit 296, so marked for identification purposes, is received in evidence.
Now, before you sent the bra out, did you have a chance to photograph the bra?
Yes, I did.
And Your Honor, showing counsel what has been marked as State's Exhibit 231. State's Exhibits 97 to 106 in sequence, and State's Exhibit 231 all marked for identification. And Your Honor, may I approach Mr. Rose with these exhibits?
You may do so.
Mr. Rose, I'm showing you State's Exhibits 97 through 106 and 231 marked for identification. Please take a look at that. I'll ask you further questions. Yeah, do you recognize those exhibits? Again, they're exhibits 97 through 106 and 231 marker identification.
Yes, I do.
And what are they?
These are photographic images depicting this same bra.
Is it at or near the time of this at recovery?
Yes,
And who took those photographs?
I did.
Okay, do they accurately depict?
Actually, I want to object, and I'm sorry I went fast, but
In other words, okay, I'm not,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm blanking what the question was. It was like two very quick questions, but it was a question before the last.
I see.
Taking that earlier, the time of recovery.
When you
Right,
say,
it was
you
vague-
want to
Vague
object,
as the time in terms of the time of, when was it taken in terms of time of recovery? It's vague as the time.
all right. In other words, the question is at or near the time of recovery? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, maybe you can rephrase that, all right?
Yeah, when
I'll sustain you, okay.
when were those photographs taken?
These were taken following recovery.
And when you say following recovery, is there a time period? For example, I'm looking at statistics, can you refer to, first of all, to State's Exhibit 231? That's the last one. Okay, when was that photograph taken?
This was photographed on the very next day in the morgue.
And the next day being February 15th?
Correct, the 15th.
And how can you tell it was taken the next day?
Because I took this in the morgue as we were going through the items with the doctor.
Was there anything on the bra that draws your attention that you took it the very next day?
Well, besides the fact that I know that it's on a stainless steel background, so that's the in the
Are there any insects on the bra?
yes, there are.
And what does that indicate to you?
Again, this is in the condition it was the day I collected it the day before.
And then the other picture is 97 through 106 marked identification.
Okay.
When were those taken?
These were taken in the evidence processing lab at the forensic facility, and they were taken after the item was air dried.
Do they accurately depict the bra that you recovered back on February 14, 2014?
Yes, they did.
And Your Honor, with that, the state would move State's Exhibits 97 to 106, 231 marked for identification into evidence.
No, Judge.
State's Exhibits 97 through 106 inclusive, and State's Exhibit 231 also marked for identification purposes are received in evidence.
And your permission to publish those exhibits?
Permission granted.
And at the same time, the state will be requesting permission for, not at this time, but after the photographs, that Mr. Earl be allowed to publish Exhibit 296 to the jury.
Permission granted.
So, Mr. Earl, you can just stay up there for now. Looking at State's Exhibit, and we'll go to the last one, 231.
Okay.
You testified that the photograph here was taken at the morgue, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And can you tell us what we're looking at here?
Okay. You're looking at, on the lower left-hand corner, there's a scale of reference or a ruler. These items have been placed on to new white paper towels, and then you can see in the shiny background around the frame, that's the stainless steel tables. And then the actual bra itself, in the condition in which I recovered it, you can see there's the insect larvae present at this time, the maggots.
Now, when you recovered this black bra, did it get snagged on anything while you're picking it off the ground?
No, sir.
Did you use any tools or anything sharp when you recovered this bra?
No, sir.
What did you use?
My gloved hand.
And showing you State's Exhibit 190, State's Exhibit 97. Can you show us what position, what we're looking at here, and what position is it in?
Okay. This is after the item has dried in the evidence processing lab. It's on brown paper, and you can tell it's the outside of the bra, viewing it from the outside.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I should have asked you further. You said you had the place the bra in a dry processing, I guess, instrument or device?
Yes.
And what is that?
It's a forensic drying cabinet. It's used to securely dry items that are wet, whether that be from water or any other bodily fluid. And it is to prevent any cross-contamination. We have multiple units. And it pulls filtered air through the items so that it will air dry them in a clean environment. And then it filters the air before it releases back into the laboratory.
And does that drying, is there a name for it?
The forensic drying cabinet.
Does that forensic drying cabinet have any sharp edges or where the bra would have got caught on or anything like that?
No, it does not.
And last question with respect to the bra, when you recovered it, was it damp or wet to the touch?
It was wet.
And show you exhibit, I'm sorry, let's go to 98. What are we looking at here?
Okay, this is a photograph of the dried bra with some holes. These holes are on the right strapping side to the right of the right cup. And it's looking from the outside.
So the strap here is we're looking at the exterior or the outside of the strap.
Yes, the exterior.
And looking at State's Exhibit 99.
Okay. 99 is showing the same right cup, and there's a hole there just near the gloved fingers, between the gloved fingers.
And the hole that we're looking at there, is this on the exterior of the right cup of the bra or the interior?
This view is from the exterior, but it goes all the way through.
And looking at State's Exhibit 100.
Okay, this is the interior of the right bra cup, the same hole, but looking on the other side, the interior view.
And State's Exhibit 101.
Okay, these are again the holes on the right strapping, just adjacent to the right cup, and it looks like it's taken from the exterior view.
And State's Exhibit 102.
Okay, 102 is a photograph of the exterior of the left bra cup with the gloved hands protruding through another hole in that side cup.
Now, Mr. Rose, who were you taking these photographs?
Yes, I was.
And do you recall whose glove hands these are?
Probably Detective Wendell Liu.
Now, when Detective Wendell Liu was handling the bra, did he have any sharp objects in his hand?
No.
Other than when we see the glove, his glove hands, was there anything in his hands?
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Or was there any when you were watching him do it?
No.
In State's Exhibit 103.
Okay, this is an exterior view of the same left bra cup, but showing the upper margin where there's another cut.
I'm sorry, this, did you say this is the right or the left side where it's showing those cuts?
This is a hole on the left bra cup, but the upper edge.
And it's showing you State's Exhibit 104.
Okay, this is the same as the one previously, but this time it's from the inside view of that left bra cup.
And State's Exhibit 105.
And this is showing the connecting fabric between the two bra cuffs in the center area.
And the last photograph, State's Exhibit 106. What are we looking at here?
Okay. 106 is a photograph of the same bra that was placed onto a mannequin that had a disposable laboratory coat, which is the white material, and we placed that onto the mannequin and then placed this so we would get an idea of where placements of the bra in position would have been.
And looking at this photograph in 106, when you said you placed it on a mannequin, what type of, I guess, what type of mannequin was this?
It's like a mannequin that you would see in a department store.
And here at this time, may Mr. Earl step down and publish this exhibit 296?
You may do so.
And you want to bring,
Oh, right here. on this page.
okay. But I'm just saying you want to bring it down there, the
Yes.
actual item. Okay. Just lay it on.
This correct. Now, when you photographed, when you took photographs of this black bra that was recovered from Illinois and was seen back on February 14th, 2014, you especially took photographs of some large holes within the bra. Can you show those holes to the ladies and gentlemen?
Okay.
Specifically the right cup and the left.
Okay. So the left cup, which is the one I'll hold up between my two hands, you can see a large cut here on the left cup. And then if I turn that around toward the interior view on your side, you can see that view as well, that cut in the center, near the center. And then you can also see that other large cut there, that other hole. These are all on the left cup. There's also on the, to the left of the left cup, there's another small hole as well. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's depicted in the photographs. Should I go to the right?
Yes,
Okay.
if you're ready for the right.
Yep. So the right cup has a small, looks like a hole in the very center, a small hole there. You can see the glove My glove coming through maybe. Okay. And then if I turn that around, same hole. But then on the right cup, there is the larger hole there on the right side of the right cup. Now you from the exterior view.
And does that go all the way through?
Yes, it does. And then you can see the numerous holes on the right strapping. Exterior view. Interior view. And this is the condition that it was in.
Thank you, Mia. If you can place it back into the packaging. Then we take a break after this.
Do you want me to place it back into the actual bag? Or?
Yes, the actual bag.
Okay.
And then at the end, if you can remove the
Yep.
other piece.
I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
Keep this, or
Yeah, very cool.
Yes.
we'll clean that up. And these.
All right, we'll take a recess at this time.
Court is in recess.